This is LeBron James, and he's widely known as the greatest player of all time. And this is Victor Wembanyama, the most hyped prospect in NBA history. And today, we're gonna see what would happen if they joined forces. And with the likes of Kobe and Shaq, Jordan and Pippen, as well as Stockton and Malone, the goal of today's video is simple: outshine all of those duos and become the greatest duo of all time. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into their careers. In season 1, it didn't take long for them to assert their dominance as teammates, and in their first season, they would transform the Cavaliers team and put the league on notice, taking the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. And although LeBron would lead the team in scoring, it would be Wemby taking home the Rookie of the Year trophy. With Wemby's overall game down low and the ability to space the floor and shoot threes, the duo is already looking strong heading into their first postseason. And in the postseason, the two rookies put the league on notice, breezing past the Sixers, the Nets, and the Pacers to find their way to the NBA Finals in the first season. And the NBA Finals brings them no easy task to handle. Dirk and the Mavs dominate games 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the inexperienced duo of Wemby and LeBron have no answer for Dirk and the Dallas Mavericks. And that already brings us to season 2. And in season 2, the outlandish growth of both LeBron and Wembanyama is put on full display in the 04-05 season, as the young pairing dominates through the East and takes the first seed in year 2. And this assortment of dominance would carry over to the postseason this year, where the Pistons, Wizards, and Bulls have no answer for the Cavaliers' young core. And in the NBA Finals, surprisingly, the young Cavaliers team are not the underdogs, as they face up against an underwhelming Grizzlies team who have no answers for the young pairing. With LeBron being able to drive to the paint with ease and Wemby stretching the floor, the young duo dominate through the Grizzlies in 5 games and win their first championship in their 2nd NBA season. And with all that out of the way, season 3 brings the media into consideration, as they're starting to question who's the best player on this young Cavaliers team, as Wemby and LeBron are both putting up insane stats for their young age, and with LeBron being as dominant as he is and Wembanyama's gifted athletic abilities, the 05-06 season means a lot more than just basketball for this young duo. And as the media is trying to destroy the young pairing together, they find themselves dominating the NBA and winning 64 total games in year 3. And in this season, the media would be forced to shut up, as LeBron wins his first MVP, cementing himself as the #1 option on this young Cavaliers team. In the postseason, it was a repeat of the last few seasons, cruising past the Pacers, Bulls, and eventually the Washington Wizards to find themselves back in the NBA Finals. But the Finals is no easy task, as Wemby and LeBron face off against their best opponent yet. The Cavaliers would assert their dominance early on in the series and take both Game 1 and Game 2 on their home floor. And despite a 32-point triple-double from Kevin Garnett, the Cavaliers take Game 3 on the road as well, meaning they are 1 win away from their 2nd NBA title. And with only 46 seconds remaining, the Cavaliers are up by almost 40 points in Game 4. And to be honest, I thought this series would be a lot closer considering they're facing one of the all-time greats in Kevin Garnett, but apparently not. So of course, the win in Game 4 means that Wemby and LeBron are both winning their 2nd NBA championship. And there we have it. In only 4 games, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 2-time NBA champions. And once again, LeBron is winning his 2nd Finals MVP, cementing himself as the best player on this team. And by this point, the duo was feeling on top of the world. And while other duos across the league would be content in this situation, that wasn't the case for Wemby and LeBron, as they elevate tremendously in the offseason and are eyeing a 3-peat heading into season 4. But we can't get too carried away with the postseason yet, as the Cavaliers finished with a 73-9 record in the regular season, and with no surprise, LeBron takes home his 2nd MVP award. And with all the lights shining bright on the young stars, they are absolutely going for the 3-peat. Or are they? As unfortunately, their postseason success wouldn't be there, as in the Eastern Conference Finals, it was a bit of a bumpy road, as Vince Carter and the Raptors somehow have the Cavaliers duo in a 3-1 chokehold, and the 3-peat aspirations are cut short. And just when the duo thought that they were absolutely unstoppable, they get embarrassed. In season 5, the duo is out for revenge. After heavy criticism from the media, anything short of a title could destroy their NBA legacies as we know it. But fortunately for us, the end isn't near, as Wembanyama takes home his first real piece of hardware and wins the MVP trophy. And the Cavaliers are clicking on all cylinders and find themselves at the top of the Eastern Conference. But their regular season success does not matter in terms of championships, and the duo still needs to redeem themselves in the postseason. And in the postseason, it was all about Wembanyama. Winning 12 straight games led by Wemby, the Cavaliers find themselves back in the NBA Finals. In Game 1, the Jazz have no answer for Wembanyama's dominance, and a 42-point explosion is good enough to seal the deal on their home floor. And in Game 2, LeBron reminded everybody that this is his team, absolutely decimating the poor Jazz defense and putting on a show for the home fans in Cleveland. They put on a show in Game 3 even without their home court, and it looks possible for the duo to win yet another NBA championship. And in Game 4, the Utah Jazz have no answer for the duo. As you can see, we are up by 20 points in Game 4, and the duo shows that they are back on top of the league. And with only a minute remaining, the Jazz have no way of coming back, and the Cavaliers win their third NBA championship. But the big question is who's going to win Finals MVP? And it looks like it's going to be Victor Wembanyama, which is really surprising. So he's taking home all the hardware for this season. And in Season 6, it's starting to look like this could be the greatest duo of all time, as LeBron wins his third MVP, and in unsurprising fashion, the Cavaliers clinch the 1 seed in the East. And to spare you guys from the repetition, they win the NBA championship in Season 6 and Season 7. And in Season 8, things start to get wild because the decision is upcoming. And as we all know, LeBron took his talents to South Beach, but with Wembanyama along his side, Wemby is also making his Miami Heat debut, because not only are LeBron and Wemby going to be teammates in Cleveland, Wembanyama's following LeBron throughout his whole entire career. And with all that out of the way, there's a new super team in the Eastern Conference with LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and finally Victor Wembanyama in Miami. The super team takes zero time to dominate the league as they win an outlandish 80 wins in the regular season. And with all this firepower on the team, Victor Wembanyama leads the way, winning another MVP award, and they're looking solid heading into the postseason. At this point, the Heat are looking unbeatable as they bounce the Knicks, Bucks, and the Celtics all out of playoff contention. But no team is truly unbeatable, as the 8-seeded Blazers managed to steal 2 games against the super team in Miami, and going into Game 6, this might be a closer series than we're expecting. James sizing up, going against LaMarcus Aldridge, step back midi, and it's cash. This game is absolutely over. And as you can see, Victor Wembanyama has 44-11 in a closeout game on the road. And although the Blazers have given the Heat a run for their money, at the end of the day, the Miami Super Team is one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest team of all time. And of course, they're going to be NBA champions. And surprisingly, with Victor Wembanyama's effort, he's not the Finals MVP. And yet LeBron gets some more hardware, and this could put him over the hump for the GOAT conversation. And with the Miami Super Team at the height of their careers, somehow they managed to get even better and win 81 total games in the regular season. And long story short, LeBron takes the #1 title from Wembanyama and wins his 5th MVP award. And with all the firepower on the Heat, it's no surprise that they're back in the NBA Finals, this time against the San Antonio Spurs. But at this point, there is too much firepower on this team for the Heat to not win, as they win 4 games in a row to win another NBA championship. And after this season, the media starts to buzz, discrediting both Wemby and LeBron's validity as superstars, and this is going down as the softest move in NBA history, as the Heat dominate the next 2 seasons, winning back-to-back NBA championships. And with those 4 seasons out of the way, their time in Miami comes to a close, as in Season 12, the duo makes their return back to Cleveland, and they're looking to prove the media wrong. And although the regular season dominance wouldn't be as much as it was on the Heat, they still managed to win 60 total games with a young Cavaliers squad. And with the Heat out of the picture, LeBron and Wemby find themselves still at the top of the Eastern Conference. And there's no doubt that they are both looking for a championship in Cleveland. In round 1, the Cavs find themselves against Joel Embiid and the 76ers, but as expected, this series will be one-sided, as Wemby and LeBron assert their dominance at home and on the road and eliminate the 76ers in 5 games. In round 2, Derrick Rose and Michael Jordan Jr. take one singular game from the Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers find themselves down in the series and manage to bounce back and win the next 4 games, bringing them to the Eastern Conference Finals. And in the Eastern Conference Finals, they match up against an underwhelming Atlanta Hawks team. In the post-game and stretch game of Wembanyama, alongside the inside dominance of LeBron, the Cavaliers attack on all cylinders, bringing themselves back in the NBA Finals. In the Finals, an offensive-heavy Rockets team led by James Harden steals Game 1 on the road, but in Game 2, they wouldn't be so lucky, as a 45-point explosion from LeBron seals the deal, and we find ourselves going to Houston. And in Houston, it was all about Victor Wembanyama, as he torches the lackluster Rockets defense, and the Cavaliers find themselves with a commanding 3-1 lead. In Game 5, it would be neck and neck through all 4 quarters, but the offensive dominance of Wemby and LeBron would give the Cavaliers an 8-point cushion with 1 minute remaining. So the Cavaliers have an 8-point lead with 50 seconds remaining. And for some reason, they don't have LeBron on the floor, but it's fine. Wemby. Oh my God, Wemby's. Oh my God, Wemby. Wemby is absolutely dominating the Houston Rockets this series, and I'm not going to be surprised if he wins his finals MVP this year. But as you can see, we're up 11, and there's no shot for the Rockets to come back with only 12 seconds remaining. And once again, the duo wins yet another NBA championship. And surprisingly, with Wembanyama's dominance, it's still going to LeBron. And at this point, it's pretty obvious that LeBron's the greatest player of all time. He has an insane amount of accolades, and his career is not even close to being finished. And the next season, the Cavaliers take a backseat and win only 59 games in the regular season, but still manage to take the 1 seed in the East. And although the Cavaliers did take a decline in their record, Wemby manages to win yet another MVP award. And in the postseason, the offensive and defensive presence of the Cavaliers was put on full display in the first 2 rounds, sweeping the Magic in round 1 and eliminating the Pistons in 5 for round 2. But the Eastern Conference Finals wouldn't be as easy as the first 2 rounds, as the emergence of Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks forced the Cavaliers to a Game 7, meaning their championship aspirations could be cut short early. And somehow, there is a 3-point game with 10 seconds remaining. And with Wembanyama at the line, these free throws could make or break our NBA season. He makes the first one. Okay, 99 free throw percent. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're gonna be up 5, and unless like Brandon Knight or Giannis or somebody just splashes a 3, we should be heading back to the NBA Finals. Now, if the Bucks don't hit a 3 here, their season's over. Brandon Knight for game? Okay, yeah, we win. There's no point in fouling. We already win. We're up 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the NBA Finals, baby. After the elimination of Giannis and the Bucks, the postseason would only get harder as we face off against yet another insane duo. This series is neck and neck the whole way through, with Wemby and LeBron as well as Russ and KD exchanging blow after blow in each game. And eventually, it's all tied up going into Game 7. And in Game 7, it came down to the wire as both pairings of superstars started off hot, and with 1 minute remaining, the Cavaliers find themselves down 3 with everything on the line. We have our bench players on the floor with 1 minute remaining. Oh my God. Matthew Dellavedova pulls up with a 3. Oh my God! 65%. Okay, we need to stop here. Oh my God. Okay, 2-point game, 36 seconds. LeBron is checking into the game. Matthew Dellavedova. Okay, they foul because they have to, and Michael Beasley is going to the foul line. And if I'm being honest, we need them to miss one here if we want a chance to win the title this year. And it's not going to happen. We do have LeBron checking into the game alongside Kyrie and Victor Wembanyama, but if Michael Beasley doesn't miss this free throw, it might be GG's for us. And of course he makes it. We're going to need a Kyrie Irving type of masterclass right here. And with 27 seconds remaining and us down 4, there are 3 real options. Give it to Wembanyama, LeBron, or Kyrie. And they give it to Dellavedova. Kyrie finds himself with the ball. LeBron, Wemby, Kyrie. Yep, you're gonna... Okay, can we get a 3 up, please? Not by LeBron? Oh, we lost. And wow, we haven't been eliminated in a very long time, and we're losing this game. And the next 2 seasons were just as disappointing as the last, as the Golden State Warriors dynasty is on full display with the new addition of Kevin Durant. And before we know it, the Cavaliers aren't looking too hot, as they lose the finals in season 13 as well as in season 14. And after these disappointing seasons, the duo moves on to their last and final chapter. After dominating out east for their entire careers, the duo finally decides to take their talents out west, and they are going to the LA Lakers. In season 15, the Lakers are young outside of Wemby and LeBron, and the duo doesn't make much noise out west in their first season. The young core doesn't offer much help alongside Wemby and LeBron, and they get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. And this could be the downfall of the LeBron and Wemby era of the NBA. Or so we thought, as the Lakers acquire Anthony Davis going into season 16, and the Lakers assemble the greatest big three in NBA history. With no surprise, the Lakers find themselves as favorites to win the NBA title and finish the regular season with 69 wins on the year. And with Wemby winning another MVP, that brings us to the postseason. But the postseason is heavily anticipated, as the Lakers' first round matchup is Steph Curry and the Warriors. And with the LeBron and Wemby track record against the Warriors, losing back-to-back NBA Finals against Steph Curry, this is the most anticipated matchup of LeBron and Wemby's careers. But this time, it was a different story against Golden State. And with the new addition of AD, the Lakers had no problem up high or down low, and the Warriors get decimated in only 5 games. And after taking care of the Warriors, the Lakers dominate the rest of the Western Conference. And in the NBA Finals, there is no better way to end this season than to match up against Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. In the Finals, the Celtics have no answer for the offensive and defensive dominance of the Lakers' Big Three, and the Celtics are in a 3-1 chokehold going back to Los Angeles. And I think it's safe to say the Lakers are in the driver's seat for the rest of this series. The Lakers find themselves up 1 on their home floor with a minute remaining, and if they don't win here, we're heading back to Boston, and this series could be really close. Jason Tatum taking the ball to the rack, and he does not get the layup to fall. I don't know how you missed that type of layup in this far into the game, but that might have sold the game, as Wemby goes to the rack and makes his layup, and the Los Angeles Lakers are up 3 with a chance to seal this game next possession. And this Cantor has the ball in crunch time. Now it goes to Jason Tatum. He's going to try to dominate down low, and he surprisingly gets it to fall. So it's only a 1-point game with 30 seconds remaining. LeBron, you have a wide open dunk and you shoot that. It doesn't matter. AD on the offensive rebound, and we are back up 3. And if the Boston Celtics don't score here, this series is absolutely over, and the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be a crazy dynasty for the rest of Wemby and LeBron's careers. JT back in the post. I don't know why he's playing like this, and he does not get it to fall. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the rebound, and that is it. The Los Angeles Lakers have won yet another NBA championship. And THT is getting the Finals MVP award? What? Excuse me? And the Big Three out in LA dominates, winning championship after championship after championship, going perfect in their 4 years in LA. And so this doesn't get repetitive, we're gonna wrap this up right here, as we are back in the present day of the NBA, where we truly don't know what's going on with Wembanyama's career. But as far as in this simulation, LeBron cements himself as the greatest player of all time, and that wouldn't be possible without the dynamic duo of him and Wembanyama. And I think it's safe to say they are the greatest duo of all time. But if this duo interested you, what about Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose never splitting up in Chicago? Would they outtake LeBron and Wemby as the greatest duo of all time? Find out now by clicking the video on the screen.